This is step 12, converting measures, and for what are the dimensions of your sculpture, and this is going to be drawing 12, calculating variables, and you are going to see page 5, so you're going to turn your paper over. You need to make sure that you have your name at the top of this page, so write that in right now. And then you are going to start this drawing 12 scale of the sculpture. So you are going to be applying your learned knowledge of algebra. So how many times bigger do you need to make your sculpture so that it fits the size requirements? So this first one right here says measure from the largest measurement that you can get from your sculpture. So looking at my tape dispenser here, I know that my longest measurement is going to be 5 3/4 inches. So I'm going to write that in, 5 3/4 inch. And then I am going to pretend for number 2, these are your size requirements. So if you are a group of 1, it needs to be at least 24 inches. If you're a group of 2, it needs to be at least 30 inches. So what will the size of your project be? I'm going to pretend that I'm a group of 2, so I'm going to have 30 inches. Then I need to write an equation where x represents how many times bigger you are going to build your sculpture. So you need to write out this equation right here, and you need to try to figure out how to write that equation so you can solve for x. So you are going to need to think back to your algebra terms, and I want you to try this on your own first. Make sure you are doing this with your partner so that you can get the right answer. Once you solve for x, you are going to write that number here. So I'm going to pretend that my number is 4.237, and then you are going for 5, you are going to round x up to a whole number or a half number. So I would round mine up to 4.5. And then for number 6, you are going to compare your answer with your partner if you haven't been working with your partner. And if you got the same answer, it is probably right. If you did not get the same answer, you need to make sure that the teacher checks your math so that we can make sure that we are getting the right number that you need. After you make sure that you have the right number, number 7 says, what does this number mean and how does it apply to your sculpture and object? So this is something that you need to answer on your own. You need to try to figure out, what does this number that you figured out, what does that mean for your sculpture, and what will we be doing with this number? After you have completed that, make sure you go to the teacher and get this checked off.